Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a review and demo, just kind of touch base on the Makeup Revolution. This is their Ultra Eye Contour Light and Shade Palette. I had bought this a while ago. I've been playing around with it. I've been meaning to do a review, but I've just been throwing some other things in the mix. I was like, oh my god, I need to talk about this palette, because a lot of people are interested. I bought this at Ulta for about $15, which honestly Makeup Revolution makes a lot of really affordable products, and there's definitely some hits and some misses, so I really didn't know what to expect from this palette. I was like, am I really gonna like it? Am I not gonna like it? And the reason I wanted to pick it up, because does it remind you of another palette? Maybe the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palettes. They're like pretty much the exact same thing. Same format, same color scheme. The difference, however, is that it just looks like a miniature version if you look at it. The difference is that the Makeup Revolution is $15 while the Kat Von D is $46. So the fact that I already had the Kat Von D, I really wanted to see for comparison, just because I'm curious for myself. Like, I didn't need the Makeup Revolution one, but just for you guys who might be curious about it and wondering, should I save some money? Is the quality beginning good, or is it just gonna be a waste of money? Should I just go out and spend $30 more on the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette? So first thing about this palette, so of course the first kind of shade selection that I really played around with was this one. This is what I gravitate towards, that like rusty red right there. But in general, even how I did with my Kat Von D when I then ventured out into the rest of them. And honestly, my first impressions, first time using this palette, I was impressed. I didn't expect that I was gonna like it, like really like it. I was like, wow, this is actually pretty good. For $15 as a dupe, as an alternative, it's actually pretty good. It's not like the amazing, great quality like the Kat Von D. Honestly, there really is no competition. The Kat Von D one is a lot better. If I had to choose, it's a lot better. But for $15, like honestly, if you want to save money, you wanted to get the same kind of shade selection, you want to get pretty good quality eyeshadows, and you want to play around with makeup, mostly if maybe you're someone just playing around with makeup, or if you're just someone who likes to save money, if you were to pick up the Makeup Revolution palette, I think you would like it just as well. Honestly, if I had to rate it, I would probably give it, maybe comparing it to the Kat Von D, I would maybe give it like a 7.5. Had I never ever used the Kat Von D palette, I would probably give it an 8 out of 10. But because I do know the quality of the Kat Von D, the blendability, the pigmentation, that's where I kind of dock it, maybe a half. But regardless, honestly, I think if you were to pick it up, I think you would like it. I think if you wanted to try it out, if you don't want to spend $30 extra, because that's quite a stretch. $15 to $46, that's $30 extra. If you really wanted to save some money, it's really not in your budget, but you want this kind of color selection, maybe if you're just starting off with makeup, I would say definitely go ahead and check out the Makeup Revolution. Honestly, I was impressed with the pigmentation. The pigmentation, just solely talking about this palette, the pigmentation for a drugstore palette, for an affordable palette, I think the pigmentation is pretty good. I'll show you guys swatches of the colors on my arm, but then also the colors come off really well on the eyes. I feel like you do kind of have to, like, after when you add the pigmentation and kind of blend it out, you might have to go in depending on the color and just add a little bit more and blend it out. The color that I thought I wasn't gonna like, which I feel like sometimes, a lot of times can be a miss in affordable drugstore palettes, is usually the black shade, because I feel like sometimes it's either not gonna be as pigmented or it's gonna be like blue. Sometimes black eyeshadows come off blue when you add them to the eyelid. But I was impressed with the black. Like, the pigmentation was really good. Like, I just kind of like dipped it in once. I was like, holy crap, that was good. And it didn't come off blue, and it blended out easily. I didn't have to like really like tug at it and blend it out like really intense. I would say some colors are definitely a little bit more pigmented, a little bit color payoff than others, but it's not like something super drastic. It's just maybe some you have to play with a little bit more. This color selection is my favorite. These three, I think the pigmentation is amazing. The black is amazing. This brown, this one, I feel like maybe you might have to, like, depending on how and where you're applying it, might have to add a little bit more, but regardless, honestly, I was really impressed. The blendability, I think it's not something super like fantastic blendable, but it's not hard either. So it's like a nice medium between really having to go in and go in and go in and go in. I feel like as you add the different colors, blending with a different shade as opposed to just blending that shade alone, I think is really a lot easier. And the longevity of these eyeshadows also I think is really great as well. I feel like you can last a whole day without them like really fading away or coming off. I will do at the end of this kind of mini review right now, I will show you a kind of mini tutorial of this eyeshadow look that I did. Nothing too crazy. You can definitely go a little bit crazy with it. I feel like if you want to go like real smoky, like where if you want to do like the black or brown on the lid, I would definitely say in order for it to really enhance the color, I would say kind of go in with some sort of like jumbo milky cream pencil underneath and then kind of add the color on top. I feel like that's where the Kat Von D one, like you can initially just go in straight in with the color and that pigmentation. If you want to do like a dark smoky lid, it's going to be intense. Resist one might need a little bit more help, but it's definitely workable. It's something, you know, just use some other products here and there, and honestly you're still saving money and you're still getting a really great look. I think if you're someone who has been curious about this Makeup Revolution palette, I think you should definitely pick it up, especially if you really just don't want to splurge, or maybe you're not ready to splurge or you just don't care to splurge. Pick up this palette instead. I think you'll really like it. I'll link down below in my description box the other more like simple, natural, everyday makeup tutorial that I did. Some people like the look and it was really easy. It was definitely just kind of using this section of the palette. It was super easy, but just another option for you guys. If you want something a little bit more smokier with a little bit more red on the lid, definitely check it out. But honestly, I'm impressed by this palette. I didn't think it was gonna be like, I was like, because I know what the Kat Von D could do. So I was like, okay, did they just kind of throw this in there really quickly? But I think they did a pretty good job. I would recommend it to a friend. I hope you guys enjoyed that quick review and demo. Let me know if you have tried out the palette, whether you liked it or didn't, and or if not, maybe you're, you know, thinking about maybe scooping it up at Ulta. I know some Ultas have been coming out with more of their newer Makeup Revolution items in stores, so they might have it in your store. That's why I saw it in my store. I was like, I am buying that, and I'm glad that I did. If not, you can always get it online as well, or from Makeup Revolution, their like USA.com version of the store. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to keep up with some more videos, and I'll see you guys next time.